I took care of that, Zach. Oh, it's getting all red. Hello, Daddy. Yeah, so I had to take care of some right before we... It looks like I'm getting red in the head. Maybe it's just the way the light is. It's the side effect, like the side effect of the medication I'm taking, so I'm a little concerned, but I should be okay. She'll be all right, as they would say in Australia. I'm here. What happened? Is the stream gone? Where'd everybody go? That's weird. It says there's no one watching. I did. Yeah. I was able to. Alright, so my face is not that red. Thankfully I don't have to run to get to Culver's. I should. Looks like I pulled over. Zach, are you able to knight other people being knighted yourself? Here, I can do it here. All right, Dan, the sword has come to your shoulders. Ah, you've returned. I'm thinking about that dim sum right now. I want some dim sum in my mouth. I'd even sell for some Balzo right now. Do they come in those little steaming racks when they serve them? I feel like dim sum is one of the few foods that we're missing out on. In the U.S. There's so few dim sum restaurants, and there should be more. Maybe we have an idea here. I am back, yes. As advertised. I mean, I would just think, I know it's not popular really necessarily in any given one city, but I don't see how people wouldn't like dim sum. I mean, steamed bread with meat in it. It's basically like eating a wonton. Oh, they have dessert dim sum. I met a guy in Miami, a Chinese guy from Guangdong. Yeah, I don't know if I was pronouncing that right. I think he lived in Huizhou, and he told me he'd get up at 2 o'clock in the morning at a restaurant and make the dim sum by hand every day. Oh wow, that sounds good. There you go, knighted, my friend. You have the blue banner. Yeah, in fact, most Chinese fan palms, Michael, are sold as clumping, as in a clump, like pygmy dates. It kind of sucks because I find that Chinese fans look great solo. I don't think they look as good in a clump. They don't grow as well. Wow, 3 a.m. I remember being with my friends in Northeastern in Boston, and I was so hungry. I was drunk, and luckily there was this Chinese place that delivered till like 4 a.m. and this is before cell phone. Well, right when cell phones were around. And calling up, and I sat there drunk on that stoop for like 45 minutes until the delivery guy came. Oh, I have an even better Chinese food story. So I went to college in Wake Forest for a semester, for freshman year, first semester. And I had this 87 Ford Bronco. It was probably like the crappiest car in the lot because Wake Forest is full of like very wealthy people, and my parents don't believe in buying, I mean, my mom is okay with it, but my dad's like, no, no, no. Oh man, Trazodone destroys me. Anyway, so I'll go with a couple of my buddies. One's from back from Richmond, another one I met is from New York, or from Jersey, actually, North Jersey. We go to get Chinese food, and a friend from Boston. The Bronco can fit a lot of people, so we go there and order some food, and then suddenly, when we're there, there's a lot of talking in Cantonese, and they're very concerned. Like everyone's like, seemed very worried. I didn't really, I didn't know what's going on. Obviously, I don't understand Cantonese. I can tell between Cantonese and Mandarin though. And the lady at the front counter said, do you have a car? And I said, yes, I do. And he said, are you the driver? I said, yes. And she said that their delivery guy was robbed and beaten, and they needed to deliver some stuff. It was at the end of the night. Said, do you mind taking him around for a few deliveries? We'll give you free food. And I was like, okay, well, free food, yes, I can do that. So, back then gas was like $1.50 a gallon. Even in the Bronco, which got like 10, 12 miles to the gallon, I'd only drive 10 miles, $2 for, free food for all of us. And they were going to offer us another set of free food, when we wanted it. So I ended up driving around Winston-Salem, North Carolina, not very far, like in a 5-mile radius. Did like 4 or 5 deliveries with this guy in the back seat that didn't really speak the chef didn't speak any English at all. And of course my friend from North Jersey was actually Chinese, but he didn't speak any Mandarin or Cantonese. And so we're sitting there, it was awkward because he tried to talk to the guy who he thought would speak Chinese, and he's like, I'm sorry, man, I just don't speak, Chinese. And so we just, like, he would point, and he would, like, point where we would go. He'd be like, there, there. So I just had to, like, take, because there's no GPS. This is in the fall of 2000. There's no GPS. So he would just point, and he would, like, just kind of look at the addresses. I guess he knew where he was going, because I didn't know Winston-Salem that well myself. I knew the major roads, but getting around, you just use the map. Yeah, Clyde, feel free if you're watching the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to the. Yeah, man, trazodone's one of those drugs that very few drugs can knock me out cold, but trazodone and mirtazapine, which is Remeron, are two of them. I don't like to take them because of how strong they are and how like little function I have over myself. Come on, we're still going. Okay, let's hope that. Anyway, so Skinny Trunks fan leaves everywhere down there. Oh, you're probably thinking of the Everglades palm, Acela raffertii. Or Sarah, are they tall or are they short? You probably might be thinking about the saw palmetto too. Michael, I'm sorry, that's who I was. Zach, are you from Chicago originally? You seem to know a lot about it. Okay. No, and trazodone, I mean, it's an old drug, but it works well. I used to get those 150 milligram, like those trapezoids, and you break them in thirds. My sister actually gives trazodone to all her dogs when she goes away for extended periods of time. Tall, okay. Michael, then it's Acela raffertii, the Everglades palm. I'll see if I can't point some out on this trip where I know where some are planted. That one guy, they just want a lot of water and you give them a lot of fertilizer, they'll start to take off. Okay, so you know Chicago a little bit. I didn't realize. That's why you don't have that Tennessee accent nearly as much as I thought you would. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so Dylan, I'll tell you a story. It's a little bit embarrassing, but one time when I took trazodone, I was in this is back in Venice. This is like 04, 05. I took it, and I remember getting up one time, and I thought I was in the bathroom, but like I had a closet between my room and the bathroom. So I opened the closet door and just like peed on my shelf on the ground, kind of like this like built-in shelf. And after that, I'm like, I can't take this medication anymore because I'm like sleepwalking, like not aware of my surroundings. I mean, I had friends that would get really drunk and like pee in weird places, but this was like equivalent of like just getting drunk. So, okay, so you have the small round tablets. I know there's two varieties, the small round ones, and then you can get like the trapezoid bricks. My sister has them, and sometimes when she runs out, she would ask me for my whole prescription for the togs. Okay, cool. Oh, so for like the first 12 years of your life, you lived in 2001, I would have been a freshman / sophomore in college. No, why the red lights? There's no one going the other way. Chris, that's actually one place I've never been is Flamingo because I don't really fish, and that's a big fishing area. And the other problem is like it's nothing but bugs. Yeah, I know. I'm an old man of sorts. It's scary thinking about that. Like, yeah, you were just letting it rip anywhere. You know, in China they do that. Like, a lot of parents or grandparents let their kids just like pee in the sewers. There's nothing wrong with a diaper, you know, sometimes. Oh, I'm sure it is a nice place. I guess if I had a, you know, if I had a, you know, a need to go there, if I was a boater or fisherman. I mean, I am a boater of sorts, but I was out of diapers by 1984. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys how old I am. I went to a homecoming football game that was where we had a band play by the name of Dave Matthews Band. You might have heard of them in Virginia before they were popular in 1994. I didn't go to the homecoming dance because I wasn't in high school, but I got to see them play, you know, before they were selling out huge venues. They're originally from Charlottesville, Virginia, and I live in Richmond, so. Like, I got my driver's license in 1997. Oh, I don't know if this, I'm just tired of this medication, made me sort of tired. Oh, it stinks of that. Oh, God, it's that smell. How do these guys deal with it? It smells like someone's just lighting tires on fire. I have been to Fakahatchee, Chris. It's a little bit of a drive, but again, I had a purpose, you know. 500K square foot headquarters. Wow. For like cars? Just for car? Like, Fakahatchee's pretty cool. It's really, really hot there. And the people that live nearby are some of the weirdest people you'll ever see. That town of Jerome, their office hub. You know, Uber almost got squashed by you know, local laws, but the people spoke and they wanted cheaper taxi fares, and I feel bad because I mean, I will men of the South. Yeah, okay. Everyone's going so slow. It's 45 miles an hour here. I knew it. I knew that they're fake. Gordon Food Services is refilling Chipotle. They always talk about their food being so healthy and fresh. Liars. All of them. I live in Arlington Heights. Yeah, it is the kind of place where you can go in and get lost in there. You know, Chris, there's actually, and I have never seen it in person, but I've had collaborating stories. There is a strand of royals in Fish Eating Creek, just west of Palmdale, on near 27 or 27 and 74 meet. God, I just don't want to be in a city that size because, really, I guess because of the nature of my work doesn't require like me to be near any major city. I'm sure that like I could get more business in Miami or Tampa, but you can't see them from the road. I tried looking, but you go down to the creek, and they may have been planted there. I don't know, but that's actually a big like old school Florida hangout from the 70s. A lot of like hippies would go, the 60s and 70s. A lot of hippies would hang out there in the creek and just live there for like weeks on end. Have like, like kind of like continuous parties. I can't imagine what that was like though. No AC. I guess you could shower. I mean, you could like wash yourself in the creek, but wow, Chicago's really trying to be number one in America. Yeah, when I moved back up from Virginia to New York, because I lived in New York from 81 to 88, and then from 88 till 98, I lived in Richmond, Virginia. And then when I moved back up to a different place where my mom was originally from, Eastern Long Island, I made some friends, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know you're from Virginia." Like, yeah, I've cooked corned beef hash with some fried eggs on top. I can make that for you. I'm like, man, like I'm not like not really from the South, but yeah, I can't say I've had any of that. I mean, probably the weirdest like meat I've had is gonna be either like foie gras, which is goose liver, or alligator, which is really just like a chewy chicken. Yeah. I mean, Chicago's so big. I just don't know how it gets any bigger with all those scars. I mean, it sounds like a Chinese city style boom. I know most of those animals will taste like most other things you've already eaten. It's just that growing up, hearing about stories of roadkill and other random stuff. What's this up next to me with a little bit of a exhaust note? It looks like a Nissan Altima. That's a Maxima, probably with an exhaust leak. Okay. Yeah, I can see like, there being a big megalopolis between Milwaukee, Chicago, Indianapolis, like Detroit, maybe like Toledo. Because if you look on like the emerging mega regions, you have like the Northeast, which is like, Boston basically to DC, and some people include it to Richmond. And then you have the South, which is like Raleigh, Charlotte, Atlanta, Nashville, I guess Birmingham. I've had frog and I've had snail and frog too. I forgot about that. And then you have Florida, which is basically all the Florida cities, and you have like the Gulf Coast, which is Pensacola, Mobile, Biloxi, New Orleans, Houston, down through Brownsville, and then you have the Texas Triangle, which is kind of like also Houston, Dallas, Austin. That's a very popular area. Then the Great Lakes region, which is like Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Buffalo. And then you have the front range, like Cheyenne down through Albuquerque. What else? The West Coast, like Southern California, Northern California, and the Cascade ranges like Seattle, Portland, Eugene, Salem. Anyway, I don't really want to be a part of any of those mega. I don't want to be in a mega region. I want to be like in a town with like 50,000 people where all major things, are accessible. Well, the moderator is, he's also a palm grower, so I guess he could be more objective about the subject. I'm not sure. Oh, I know. This channel is misleading. It is misleading. I'm going to mislead us all to the promised land. And by the promised land, I mean off the Peace River Bridge into the harbor. The beautiful, beautiful water. Into 6 feet of water. I know you're kidding, man. I'm joking with you. I keyed. That seaside palm? You mean the seashore palm? Yeah, it's not really like a very stunning thing, but I'm part of a Facebook group of that's like Cape Coral, like online yard sale or garage, just sales in general. And someone was like, "What's the best alarm company for? what's the best alarm company around here as far as like when I'm not around? I don't want people breaking in my house." And someone commented, like, if you want 24/7 surveillance, just plant ISIS flags in your front yard and the FBI will do it for you. Yeah, there's a couple other plants that are going to do really well along the coast. All sables will. Another palm you might like is in that genus is Allegoptera caudescens, not arenaria. Any palm of the species arenaria or arenarum, it means of the shore. And so it grows along, along beaches, so it'll be okay along the beach. So just an idea, in Latin, that's what it is. Or littoralis. Yeah, Pseudophoenix argentea will grow well along the beach. Royals do okay. They don't look that great, but they'll grow there. Sadacentia, hurricane palms, Dictyosperma album. A lot of the Dipsis cavata will do pretty well. Oh, this medication is, I don't know if it's making me sleepy or whatever. I'm doing okay. I'm not like falling asleep. I feel like that, like my eyes are heavy. That one guy, what, you're in Brevard County? Where are you again? I forget. I'm sorry, man. I can point you in the right direction. Because Chris might have some. I don't know if he has any, but I would recommend him first. You're in Brevard? Okay. Probably would have to go. The people that I would... I would tell you to go to certain people, but one's out in Apopka. That's too long of a drive. The other one's going to be on Merritt Island, and I don't even know if he still has anything. He said he was selling out, and it was... Yeah, if you want to meet up with Chris, I'd recommend that over these guys. The thing is, it's just... I've dealt with a couple growers where they've been in kind of denial about the fact that their plants aren't worth what they think they are. Yeah, actually, Chris, if you want a bigger, I mean, Chris is right if you want a bigger one. Design Source, I would recommend. They're really nice there. They have well-grown plants, and they're not. This guy's a little swervy here. What is the name of the lady that works there? Oh, so there's this one guy. I don't know the name of the nursery, his actual nursery, but the guy's name is Oki Lopresti, and he's on the north end of Merritt Island, and there's like an agricultural area. He used to have a lot of cycads and palms for sale. I was gonna buy like his old stock, but he wanted retail prices for the plants, and I couldn't spend that kind of money. I was gonna be like fighting to break even, and that's not how you. Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? But he might still have some great plans. I mean, he was a nice guy. He had good plans for sale. He and another guy, they're really cool people. They're very knowledgeable. Just the price for me was like kind of like, this is the price, and this is a fair price, and I didn't think it was a fair price. But that's just me. I'm just giving an honest review. Otherwise, they're great people. Yeah. But Design Source is going to be more like wholesale, strictly business, stack them deep, sell them cheap, but in a good way. If you want a good deal on it, they make that drive a couple hours south. And they got a lot of other cool stuff too, and they're big. So I don't know if you have a trailer, but you might want to bring one. They got stuff in 45, 95 gallon, containers. So, Chris, I might be making a sale to the city of St. Pete on some of my rare. Well, I guess it's rare. I think I'm going to sell my Atalea and Syagris to the guys there at Gazella. Okay, cool. Yeah, Chris, they've got a lot of big stuff for like a good price, in my opinion. A lot of the other guys, like they do try to sell things, and they're good growers. I either don't know them well enough to recommend them, or like the experiences I do have been kind of like expensive. And if I'm vouching for someone, I'm gonna legitimately vouch for them. Ooh, that bike. It's like my exact type of bike, although kind of dumb. Oh, no, I'm just gonna keep like this. It's kind of like an old Suzuki Bandit style. It's like a Street Fighter bike. My favorite type. Yeah, be for Gazella. I think they're gonna buy a couple things. They're gonna buy the Atalaya Calenda, the Syagris Arco Verde, the last one I have, and they might buy my Dipsys Prestoniana Big Curly, which I mean, other people have it, but I just don't have a place to plant. Right now, like my garden is gonna be everyone else's garden that I can go and view. That's how I view like my ability to have plants. And a few people I don't have the opportunity to have palms in my yard. I don't have a yard, and I've been kind of a nomad most of my life, so my mom had a yard. I planted stuff there, and then she obviously is in long-term care now and has sold her house, and so but yeah, Chris, and Cephalornis transvenosus. Its common name is Mojaji cycad. It's an Afrikaner name. It is the most common most common cycad in South Africa, but it doesn't mean it's not cool. It is freaking awesome. It's got some of the most brutal teeth of any cycad. There's one called the alligator tooth variety, and it has teeth that kind of point downward. I love transvenosus. It should be grown more in Florida, but it's not. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Rick about that, because I talked to Rick on Facebook. Rick doesn't really keep, he's not really a Facebook guy. I mean, he is, but he kind of keeps a private life. But Rick and Phil there, they really do a great job. Oh, did you, Zach? Speaking of the Hide Your Children, oh, I didn't share it, but 7 years ago today, I took a picture of my Hide Your Children van. Oh yeah, Casambo has some brutal teeth. The worst spine I've ever seen in any cycad is in the Cephalarnis tegulaneus. It actually has no arming on the actual leaflets, but the terminal part of the leaf is like a hypodermic needle. And my friend in St. Pete asked me to trim his tegulaneus. I'm like, oh, no problem. And I go up to it, and it sticks me like through my arm. And I'm like, I didn't know about this. And he's like, he gave me welding gloves, and I wore like a denim shirt, which I never wear. I'm still getting stuck. I was laying underneath it because it had like a footed trunk. So I'm laying there like having these things drop on me. But you gotta bleed a little for the cycads. Sometimes you gotta bleed a lot. That makes me want to get a motorcycle. I don't really have a lot of palms to sell, Zach. Unless it's the name of your nursery. I just have some seedlings I want to sell. I got some Copernicia seedlings. I got some. That's pretty much it. I got some Copal Thrinax, which isn't going to live in Tennessee. I've been getting great gas mileage on these trips. Come on, turn green. Yes, that's what I wanted. I've only ridden as a passenger on a motorcycle twice. Once with my uncle, who I would never talk to again because it's a long story. My mom and her sister just, yeah, that's not happening. But the other time is I rode in the back of like my buddy's bike when we just had to ride down and take a look at a big Canary Island date being transplanted. I don't know if I can. I don't know how well I can't really trust other people to like. I mean, I can, but I'd rather not do that, especially on a sport bike. I would never, be a 2-up on a sport bike. Ashley would do it. I don't know why, but I have Copernicia Falens. I have Copernicia. I'm out of Ekmani. I forgot about that. I have Macroglossa. God, I'm out of a lot of stuff. That guy bought out all my stuff. I have Hospita germinating, and I have Livistone alfredii. That actually could stand a chance in Tennessee, but it's slow. That Torch restaurant, if you ever in Punta Gorda, it's a pretty good restaurant. I mean, I could go to Waffle House. It's kind of a drive. It's not a drive. It's just not on the way home. Waffle House one time made me so constipated. I mean, none of you guys want to hear this, but spending 45 minutes in the toilet, that was brutal. I don't even know why I'm mentioning this. It's probably this medication I'm taking. This makes me like, I got loose lips here. It's just Lamisil. I don't know why I feel so different taking it. It's just kind of weird. Yeah, I got some pictures to post. You want some pictures of the seedlings or pictures of just palms in general? Yeah, man, I've got a lot of pictures. Trust me, I would have even more if Ashley hadn't broken my hard drive, but she didn't mean to do that. Oh, I forgot. Was it Michael that wanted to see what Everglades. They're on the other side of the road. I had to do a better vlog on them anyway, so. Also gotta refill this thing here. This place used to be a muscle car museum, and it was a Walmart, and there was a muscle car museum, and now it's a storage unit facility. I'm telling you, everything eventually becomes a storage unit facility in Florida that has any space. There used to be like 5 of them between Venice and Cape Coral. Now there's like 30. It's probably more than that, actually. I forgot. Got a green light here. Keep the green, come on. God, man, I slow down and I miss it. The capital of the Czech Republic is Prague. You want to grill me on capitals, we can go there, boy. Try me. I didn't mean that in a demeaning tone. I'm just saying challenge accepted is what I mean. Cool. My first web designer was in Bratislava, in the capital of Slovakia. Really cool guy. I don't know what happened to him. He was a Palm person too. I had a guy who was becoming a doctor. And he was also from Bratislava. I looked him up, and now he's like a well-known doctor in Germany, which I think is pretty cool. We drove to Virginia together and went to the beach, and my like ancient Mercedes. Oh, she is? That's cool. Bratislava, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think that your dad was Dominican because Sexton isn't exactly a Dominican, last name. But I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't know you were half Dominican. It doesn't show visually. Yeah, like myself, I. Right. I had a friend who was half Kenyan, half Scottish, but somehow he got the way the traits came, he looked like he was Middle Eastern. And this is like from college, so like right after 9/11, like anytime he got in a flight, he was pulled to the side and basically strip searched. It wasn't very fair to him, but yeah, it'll happen, man. The pigment will come out in your skin when the sun comes down. One of the side effects of this medication is that I can't go out in direct sunlight for any period of time because it diminishes the ability for my skin to like take in stuff. It'll just burn. Like I'll get bad burns. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow, so that's good. I gotta mow the lawn though. I gotta figure that situation out. I'm not even going the speed limit. I'm doing 65. Let's get where we're going. I'm getting lazy now that I know I'm going to make it to Culver's. I get to smell the dump again. Nice. I wish I could. I can get tan, but usually I have to get burned first and then get tan or a little bit red. Like the first day is red, the second, third, fourth days are tan. I don't like usually doing it because my mom has had was it basal cell melanoma? It's like the less aggressive form of it. When you're Irish, and you're white as hell, it's hard being out there. Well, Zach, eventually that'll catch up to anybody. You don't want to be out in the sun without sunscreen. But there's ways, to learn how to nurse your trade. You don't want to be out in the sun, middle of the day in the sun. You can work in the shade. No problem, Dylan. Everybody's got to shower sometimes. In Florida, like in the summertime, I'll shower just to kind of like rinse off from being sweaty. Like I can't not go a day without a shower. And I always like to, like if I've woken up from whatever I was sleeping, I need to like take a shower before I go back to bed again. Oh yeah, it's not easy. My sister's gone through that because she has 7 dogs and she's had a number of dogs pass. And my mom had a pair of toy poodles that passed. So yeah, I'm about as pale white as it gets. And I just don't go out in the sun like I used to. As one of my friends, Dylan, he met him, that guy Corey, calls me a cave dweller, and I am a cave dweller because a lot of things that I do are really like more on the computer. So I do get out and do stuff. It's easy to be a cave dweller in Florida, just sitting in the AC, just typing away, shipping things out. Turn the AC to wake myself up a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, there's been days I haven't left the house before, especially like the problem is during the month of like June and half of July, the World Series of Poker's going on. And so like basically from like 6 o'clock in the evening to like 5 o'clock in the morning, there'll be poker on. And it's exciting because I know a lot of the players and I want to see the action and like, it's 30-minute delay, but still. And so I'll sit there and I'll watch and I just sit in my den of sin and just eat food and watch, and then I'll have a graveyard of seltzer cans. I've had a couple people ask me if I was a recovering alcoholic because they see me drinking seltzer all the time. And I'm like, no, I just like seltzer. I'm not a recovering alcoholic. I know I'm Irish, but the last time I drank was probably around a year ago, though. I mean, I've had sips of drinks. I just... Honestly, I just prefer to make use of the medical marijuana statute in Florida, so no hangover. This isn't even my turn. I don't even know. I'm going too slow. Okay, so 55 minutes. Okay. So if I get the Culvers in about an hour and 10, that's not bad. Yeah, it gets scary. Hey Zach, if you have the ability to message Clyde on Facebook, I don't know if he's contacted you or anything. let him know he can comment here. He's mentioning me making a book, and I already have like a book halfway written. He says I should definitely make a book. And he's you know, I think he has something. I think he can definitely contribute. Okay. Yeah, heat exhaustion's a real thing. I mean, whether it's in Chicago or, I mean, obviously it happens often here in Florida. I was in Louisiana picking up cycads, and I didn't realize I hadn't hired anyone else to help me out, push and move like 45-gallon cycads in the back of a U-Haul, and it's like 93 degrees out. It was like October, but it was just like the end of the hot season in, southeastern Louisiana. And I was just in that box truck. It's like like an oven. Like three, or just say 1, 2, 3, whatever, 5 out of 6 edges on that thing were closed. So like all this heat's just like stifling in there. That's right. He's messaging me on Facebook. I want to let him know, but I can't like go on Facebook because then I will kill the stream. His name is Clyde Morehouse, like Moore house. I think or maybe it's. Oh, so you guys can hear that, yeah. He seems like a very nice guy. I think he just didn't realize that, his chat is not like. It's not like a bunch of dudes just talking about dude stuff. I mean, it is in some fashion, but like. It's not like locker room talk, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I don't talk locker room talk, but just I'm not gonna gain subscribers by having locker room talk. So, or I mean, I'll not gain them, I'll lose them. Oh, hey, Clyde, what's going on? I'm heading back home. I went to go visit my mother at her care facility. Sorry, I got your messages on Facebook. I just can't go on there without killing the stream because I use my phone and it'll pause it, and I don't want to, people, you guys are watching. I don't want you to have to wait for me to come back. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, Clyde, we do want you here. I think that you help it. Clyde, that's you messaging me. Anyway. This area of the North Cape is kind of... 7B is a place where it's a little bit of a challenge, but I mean, you got that mild 7B where you don't get those brutal. Sorry, I just got that sinking feeling of like, oh, you're losing energy. I mean, I haven't eaten dinner, but I had like a snack. Yeah, I'm gonna make Culver's, no problem. Yeah, I'm sure most trachees are fine. I actually, if anyone is interested, I think I can get a hold of Trachycarpus aureophyllus seed if you guys have any interest in that. I have a friend that I pay to go and collect seed throughout Thailand. Yeah, it has happened to me in the past. I haven't really had that happen recently, although I did have a long haul back from Louisiana when I was just Ashley and I. I'm sure it's happened to me before, and I just haven't really, noticed it. But I was in the Panhandle. I was like near Defuniak. I was actually in Defuniak Springs, and I got out of. I was towing a U-Haul full of cycads with my new trailer in tow, my tab trailer, that teardrop thing. And I got out of the car. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna make it any further. Like, I thought I could make it to Mariana, which is still a long drive. It's still like 6.5 hours to the Cape at least. And then Ashley's like, let's just eat some food. So I went to Hungry Howie's because it was right there, and I ate some pizza. And I was like, oh, I've got energy. I can make it all the way to Perry, which is south of Tallahassee. And sure enough, I just got there at 1 o'clock, parked it, locked everything up, took a shower, ate some snack food. It smelled like baby poop because there's a paper mill that runs there. At least that's what they told me. So it depends on where I'm going. Like when I drove to New Orleans the first time, or the New Orleans area, I should say, the first time, I drove to like right near the where I-55 meets I-10 there in Hammond. I drove to Crestview, Florida. It's like 8 hours, and then I just took it. I just want to make sure I had to do a bunch of things the next day, so I just want to make sure I got some sleep. And plus, when someone's paying for my hotel, I obviously take it easy. So, but yeah, the longest I've ever driven. I've made 24-hour drives with like a 2-hour nap with my sister and my mom driving from Vermont. I drove from Vermont down to Hartford, picked up my mom at the Hartford airport, and then drove from there to Florida pretty much throughout the rest of the week. Actually, we stayed. I think I've only done it one time all the way through without staying overnight. No, I have. I don't know. I know this one time I did go kind of drive through it. I've got half an hour to spare here. Oh, here we go. That's right where my doctor was today. Oh yeah, I'm sure that drive from Bozeman, Montana is brutal. Yeah, Florida's nothing but flat. It's flat, like, there's some things I could say that I'm not going to, because I'm gonna go to Mel's Diner sometime, because there used to be one in Venice, and they got converted to a Denny's, so obviously this one, went down one notch. Denny's is a lifesaver sometimes, but do you guys know what Buffet City is? Do they have this? Chris, have you ever seen this? I don't know if they have it in Clearwater or like in Pinellas in general. Yeah, 75 really is all there is. They do need a few more highways in the area. At least one more. Like, they need to build one kind of between Naples and Tampa, at least. North of Tampa, I think one highway is enough, but because 75 didn't even reach Tampa until 77, or no, I'm sorry, in the 60s, but then 75 didn't even come through here until the mid 80s, So yeah, I think that would be a good idea. You're right, Chris. They do need to stop all development, but I know it's so sad. Like, here's an example: Fusilo Kia. I know there's one up there in Wesley Chapel near you. It will never happen. So that's one of the reasons why I would like to leave Florida and go somewhere where it's not happening, like South Carolina. We are, I hate to say it, but we are sort of the cockroaches of the earth. I would definitely consider moving to Tennessee. Everybody in Florida wants to move to the mountains of Tennessee or North Carolina. I like the idea of moving outside of like Greenville, South Carolina, up there like Travelers Rest. That's a long way from you, though. I'm kind of tired for 11:30. It must be because I haven't eaten. Somewhere where the laws are not so restrictive. Like, the only downside to Tennessee is that they're very against like poker / gambling. So is Alabama. Although you can go to Tunica right there. It's not that bad. But like Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, the four most like anti-gambling states in the nation, probably. Mississippi for some reason isn't, even though you would think it would be. Oh no, I'll be up until 3 in the morning tonight, I'm sure. I even if I weren't eating, I have to like have like a toned down period, so. I wonder if I shouldn't get the cheese curds. Yeah, I just can't just go to sleep. That's not. I got the story in a second.
Thank you for choosing Culver's today. What can we pick price for you?
Can I get the 2-piece cod dinner, please? With just the fries and coleslaw. And that'll be it.
2-piece cod dinner, fries, coleslaw, any ketchup or salt in the bag?
No, thank you.
Alright. Let me type that in real quick, put it on.
Sure.
2-piece cod, $11.49 at the window.
Alright, thanks.
My pleasure.
Clyde, it's Culver's. I don't know if you guys have them on the West Coast. It's out of Wisconsin. It's like they cook stuff fresh to order. It's kind of, yeah, that's that. The sketchy Tegosperma.
Hey, back
again. Hey, I'm back again. Yeah, I make these trips up to Venice to see my mother, and I come back in time, so I'm not coming at like 5 of now, you know. So, but yeah, I know. We're probably to be on a first name basis soon. Well, my name's Christian. You're Jacob.
Yep.
Nice.
What's your name?
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Do you want a receipt?
I'm sure I'll take it.
There we are.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure. Just right here, getting it for you right now.
All right, cool. I guess I'm not very good at pronouncing Christian when I'm tired. It's weird that they offer a cod dinner because, like, cod is not a Wisconsinian thing. Skippers, no. I'm sure you have a bunch of really cool, like, burger joints and stuff like that up there. I mean, I remember when I was in Tualatin. I always thought the weirdest thing about Oregon is like on the highways, it doesn't say speed limit, it says speed. It doesn't say speed limit. Like, so it doesn't tell you like that's the limit. It just tells you that's the speed. I guess they assume you know it's the speed limit. But I thought it was interesting. I don't know if other states. Tualatin. So it's not Tualatin. Okay. Suggested. See, now I'm slurring. I'm wasted. I'm wasted off antifungal tablets. You guys ever seen the movie Kingpin? Where they try and like get people to they get people to like they try and hustle people, and what's his name, Woody Harrelson was like, man, am I, or no, Woody Harrelson, Dennis Quaid was like, man, am I, not Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid. God, ruining this. Randy Quaid was at the bar and he's like, man, I am so wasted. And the bartender's like, do you normally get that way off ginger ale? Oh, yeah, I definitely, sir. Oh, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Hollywood stuff, too. I don't blame you, Clyde. But, there's a lot of comedy involved, and I just, I look past, a lot of the stuff that I'm not a fan of, and I feel like Hollywood is kind of like not a real place, and there's, a lot of positive stuff does come out of there, but when it comes to like real life, Hollywood is not really real. It's obviously right turn, Clyde. I will always put on either. This is how I fall asleep. This is gonna sound weird, but I actually like falling asleep to the sound of chip shuffling, like casino chip shuffling. So I'll put on a poker tournament and kind of listen to it, or I have like a white noise thing where I listen to like a rain and a thunderstorm. I can't sleep in a quiet room, and there has to be moving air in it. I mean, in a hotel, it kind of sucks because a lot of times there aren't any overhead fans. But I haven't stayed in a hotel in a year and a half. Tendinitis. The TV I can't do, but tinnitus. I don't know if you're trying to say tendinitis or looks like 10 titties. Are you still having that tooth pain? So man, I've been there. That pain is. I've had an abscess tooth that was so bad, I literally was gonna pass out if I didn't keep ice on it. I can keep it cold and numbed. I used to have this like Ashley loves falling asleep to the TV, and I'll sit there and I'll watch it. Oh, from the equipment. Okay, I could see that. What kind of percentage I got on my phone here? Oh, 37. All right.
Fish dinner.
Yes. Oh, thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
night.
Have a good one, man. Thanks. Yeah, I haven't been known to have the best hearing either. Not like it's not like an issue. It's just people always say like you're not listening to. I mean, I don't know. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. I probably should have glasses, but it isn't that bad. It's just like when I put on Ashley's glasses, which are probably like nearly my prescription. Like everything's so much clearer, but Do I like Brugmansia? Yeah, they're cool. I think they're beautiful. I find them easy to grow from my cuttings and stuff too. At least down here they are. Do they do well in Oregon? Skyrim, jeez. That guy's got somewhere to be. Like, ride my ass the whole way down that road. Surprised he even stopped. Okay. Hey, Jake Seshi. Welcome from Australia. Good day, mate. I'm actually nearing the end of this live stream because I'm almost home. But if you is that a Lyft driver? You know, I usually come on in the evenings. What part of Australia are you from? All right, Dylan. I'll see you later. I'll see you soon, actually, later. We have a number of people that come on from Australia, mostly from the East Coast, but South Australia, awesome. Are you from like I'm guessing Adelaide, because that's pretty much the main city in South Australia. But again, a nice, cool Mediterranean climate, from what I remember. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to, Zach. I'll figure that out after the stream's over. That's cool. So South Australia, and then we have someone from New South Wales, from Sydney. We have someone from Queensland, and we have someone from Western Australia. So we just need Northern Territory, Tasmania, Victoria, and I guess the Capital Territory. I'm guessing Capital Territory isn't going to be easy one to do, but Tasmania maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. That might be a personal setting on yours thing, Zach, that you might have accidentally pressed. I don't know. But yeah, I make trips to and from, like, seeing family or doing other activities, and I like to talk about palms. I know there's palms in Adelaide. There's palms pretty much all over Australia. They grow pretty much. The only place I don't think they do well in is probably like the Capital Territory up in the mountains there. So. Yeah, I wish we're going to be on longer. But yeah, usually, so if you're in South Australia, I'm trying to think how many hours ahead you are. Would it be, is it nearly noon there? Or is it like one in the afternoon? You know what? I'm gonna make a little bit of a side trip just because we have a new subscriber. It's only gonna be a minute. I'm gonna try and see if I can find the car that almost T-boned me. So I'm gonna go to the next light instead of turning in where I normally would. Actually, you know, I'm just too tired to do that right now. That's gonna be an extra 15 minutes or so, but this will add an extra couple minutes. It's possible, Zach. Which I didn't know was possible. We got a fire truck here. Can you guys hear when I get those notifications on Facebook? It's this weird new sound that they updated it. It's kind of odd. Oh, I always do this where I'm in neutral. I like throwing because I don't have I don't know if this is dual clutch or not, but I like to take the pressure off of the clutch when I'm not even making any sense anymore, man. Okay. Hey, Clive, you're watching. It says Zach is asking you to unblock him. So I'm not sure what happened there. That was. Southern Banana King is Zach. I forget that everybody knows everybody's real name here. Ashley is awake. Dragon? Hopefully I don't hit any owls. Oh, the dragon. Oh, you mean the dragon? Yeah, the vape. Yeah, those owls. I mean, I don't know what owls are pretty smart birds. I don't know what they were like. If they were doves, I would have understood because doves are like kind of dumb. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Oh, he says he just subbed your channel, Zach. So I don't know. I might have to look into your settings. It might accidentally happen. Tired of life. That's one way of putting it. All right. That's no problem, man. You have no obligation to come on here or anything, but we always appreciate everybody coming. I'm not like proud of vaping or anything. I think it's better than. Yeah, I'm sure you got some bigger, beasts of owls going on there in Oregon. I thought Oregon was a beautiful part of the country. Oh, Paul, good question. I don't know. I think Vice City is probably my favorite. But, because of today's technology, the graphics, are kind of lacking. But if they made a new Vice City, that would be the best. Vice City was like the first game I was like, man, I can do whatever I want here. It's Miami in the 80s. I'm not going to recommend like doing things, but like, what you can do in Vice City. So, I'll make sure I got all my stuff here. Yeah, they got they've got palmettos in like a coconut like thing in there. I actually have Vice City on PS2 in the house. For some reason, Ashley has it, and Emma was playing it, and I was like, I don't know if this is appropriate for a 12-year-old girl, or actually she was 11 or 10 at the time. So anyway, man, because that came out when you were born, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside now. I'm gonna see if Ashley's awake. I'm starving. You can see my eyes are probably, yeah, Tommy Vercetti. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll be on again. If not tomorrow, the following day. I'll have another vlog to put up tomorrow, and yeah, it's always fun. Have a good one, Zach. Thanks, Clyde. Appreciate it. Have a good night, Paul and Chris. If you're still on here, I didn't see a little bit, but and Jake, if you're on here, come come on more often. I'm usually on in the evening in Eastern time in the US. So alrighty. Till then, hey Sneaky Snake, I'm actually heading out right now. I'm sorry. I gotta get going. But I'll be on again soon. I'll see everyone later. Have a good one.